Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth static GK quiz compilation by GKToday. In case you're all caught up on our last set of quizzes, this video will help you revise. In case you missed any of them, this should help you catch up. I'm Rithrisha from GKToday and let us begin. On which among the following dates Earth may be on perihelion, that is, it's closest to the Sun? The point in the orbit where the planet is closest to the Sun is called perihelion. And the correct answer is January 4th. Also, the point where the planet is farthest from the Sun is called aphelion. What is the amount in percentage of total mass which the Sun comprises of in the solar system? The Sun's mass is 1.989 into 10 to the power 30 kilos. In comparison, the Earth's weight is 5.972 into 10 to the power 24 kilos. So, to give you a comparison, the Sun weighs about 333,000 times the mass of Earth. And in comparison with the solar system, it comprises of 99.8% of the solar system's mass. What is the amount of iron in Earth? That is in percentage of total mass. By mass, the Earth is composed mostly of iron, oxygen, silicon and magnesium. It is made of distinct layers, a thin crust, upper mantle, lower mantle, outer core and inner core, as well as transition zones. So in terms of percentage, 34.6% is iron. Phobos and Deimos are two satellites of which planet? These are the two moons of Mars. So Mars to the ancient Romans was also known as Ares, who is the god of war. Phobos and Deimos are the twin characters who are his sons. Who was the first to observe Saturn with a telescope? Saturn has been known since prehistoric times because it is easily visible to the naked eye. But not until the invention of telescope did people observe Saturn's magnificent rings. Galileo Galilei was the first to observe Saturn with a telescope in 1610. Which planet is known as bright wandering star? The correct answer is Jupiter. The large number of stars observed in the heavens were classified into fixed stars and wandering stars. Fixed stars were those with respect to which the movement of the celestial bodies were measured. Wandering stars were those whose relative distances with respect to the fixed stars kept changing. Mars, Venus, Jupiter and Mercury and Saturn belong to the latter category. Which among the following represents the morning and evening stars? The correct answer for both of them is Venus. Sometimes Venus appears in the eastern sky before sunrise, sometimes it appears in the western sky just after sunset. Therefore, it is often called the morning or evening star. Although we know now it's not a star, in the previous ages, when we didn't have that much knowledge, even planets that glimmered on the sky were referred to as stars. The time required by Earth in 360-degree rotation to make a star return to the same position is called a what day? The answer is sidereal day. The spinning of Earth on its polar axis takes 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4.09 seconds. During this time, the Earth completes a rotation around its axis and moves a short distance, which is about 1 degree along its orbit around the Sun. So after a sidereal day, the Earth still needs to rotate a small additional angular distance before the Sun reaches its highest point. A solar day, therefore, is nearly 4 minutes longer than a sidereal day. What is the sidereal month in hours, minutes and seconds? The sidereal month is the time the moon takes to complete one full revolution around the Earth with respect to the background stars. However, because the Earth is constantly moving along its orbit about the Sun, the moon must travel slightly more than 360 degrees to get from one new moon to the next. The correct answer for the time taken is 27 days, 7 hours and 11.6 seconds. On summer solstice, sun's rays fall perpendicular on which among the following circles? Solstice refers to the events when the sun's apparent position in the sky reaches its northernmost or southernmost extremes. So we have two solstices in a year, And we have two equinoxes. On equinoxes, the sun's ray is perpendicular to the equator. During solstice, it's perpendicular to either the Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn. Summer solstice is when it's perpendicular on the Tropic of Cancer. If it's perpendicular on Tropic of Capricorn, we have the winter solstice. Which dynasty Ashoka the Great was the emperor of? Ashoka the Great was an Indian emperor of the Maurya dynasty who ruled almost all of the Indian subcontinent from 268 to 232 BCE. He was the grandson of the founder of the Maurya dynasty, Chandragupta Maurya, and he promoted Buddhism. He is considered by many to be one of the greatest kings of India. He expanded Chandragupta's empire to reign over a realm stretching from present-day Afghanistan in the west to Bangladesh in the east. It covered the entire Indian subcontinent except for parts of the present-day Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. The empire's capital was Pataliputra, which is in Magad and present-day Patna, with provincial capitals at Takshila and Ujjain. Zero-point energy is the lowest possible energy that a quantum mechanical physical system may have. Who among the following proposed this concept? Zero-point energy is the difference between the lowest possible energy that a quantum mechanical system may have and the classical minimum energy of the system. Unlike in classical mechanics, quantum systems constantly fluctuate in the lowest energy state due to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. And this was proposed by Albert Einstein and Otto Stern. Who represented India in the Second Roundtable Conference? The Second Roundtable Conference opened on 7 September 1931. Mahatma Gandhi represented the Indian National Congress and Sarojini Naidu represented Indian women. Madan Mohan Malaviya, Ghanshyam Das Birla, Muhammad Iqbal, Sir Mirza Ismail Diwan of Mysore, S.K. Datta and Sir Syed Ali Imam were other people that attended the conference. This conference saw an overwhelming number of Indian delegates. These included loyalists, communalists, terrorists, big landlords, representatives of princely states, etc. What was civil disobedience movement? It was an active refusal to obey certain laws, demands and commands of the British government. The 24-day march lasted from 12th March 1930 to 6th April 1930 as a direct action campaign of tax resistance and non-violent protest against the British salt monopoly. It gained worldwide attention, which gave impetus to the Indian independence movement and started the nationwide civil disobedience movement. Change in genetic composition of a population is called evolution. Evolution is the process of change in all forms of life over generations, and evolutionary biology is the study of how evolution occurs. Biological populations evolve through genetic changes that correspond to changes in the organism's observable traits. The Brihadishwara Temple is situated at which place? The Brihadishwara Temple or Peruvadayar Kovil or Rajarajeswaram Temple at Thanjavur is the world's first complete granite temple. It was built by Rajaraja Chola I and is a part of UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. The Vimana or the temple tower, which is known as Rajagopuram, is 216 feet in height and is one of the tallest buildings of its kind. The Nandi is carved out of a single rock. This temple has completed 1 millennium in 2010. It was dictated by Lord Shiva to Rajaraja Chola I when he triumphed over Ilam of Sri Lanka Island. What was the period of India's first 5-year plan? The first 5-year plan was made for the duration of 1951 to 1956. It was based on the Harod-Doman model. Its main focus was on the agricultural development of the country, and it was successful and achieved growth rate of 3.6%, which was higher than its target. Which among the following is the branch of economics that deals with the performance, structure and behavior of the economy of the entire community, either a nation, a region or the entire world? Macroeconomics is the branch of economics concerned with the large-scale or general economic factors such as interest rates and national productivity. Microeconomics is the part of economics concerned with single factors and the effect of individual decisions. Heterodox approaches in economics is the analysis and study of economic principles considered outside of the mainstream or orthodox schools of economic thought. Which among the following is also known as Earth's sister planet? The correct answer is Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, orbiting it every 224.7 Earth days. It is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. It is a terrestrial planet and is sometimes called Earth's sister planet because of the similar size, mass, proximity to Sun, and bulk composition. It has no natural satellite, but it is radically different from Earth in other respects. It has densest atmosphere of four terrestrial planets consisting of more than 96% CO2. The atmospheric pressure at its planet's surface is 92 times that of Earth. How many parts Earth's atmosphere has been divided into? The correct answer is 5. The 5 layers are troposphere, followed by stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and the external one being exosphere. What is the World Health Organization criteria for leprosy elimination? Leprosy is a bacterial disease caused by the bacteria Mycobacterium leprae, which affects mainly the skin and nerves. As per WHO guidelines, when the number of leprosy patients gets reduced to below 1 case per 10,000 of the population, that is the criteria. Consider the following. 1. Balance of trade. 2. Net factor income. 3. Net transfer payment. Which among the above make the part of capital account? The correct answer is all 3. In macroeconomics and international finance, the capital account is one of 2 primary components of the balance of payments, the other being the current account. Whereas the current account reflects a nation's net income, the capital account reflects net change in ownership of national assets. Where are the headquarters of United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, or UNICTAD? The correct answer is Geneva. The United Nations Conference on Trade and Development was established in 1964. It was meant for the integrated treatment of trade and development and related issues in the areas of investment, finance, technology, enterprise development, and sustainable development. When it comes to headquarters of UN bodies, if you absolutely don't know the answer, Geneva is always your next best guess. Consider the following. 1. Dispersion. 2. Total internal reflection. 3. Refraction. What gives natural diamond its sparkle? So the secret that's rattling inside a diamond is refraction, total internal reflection, and dispersion. So all 3 together give diamond its sparkle. The refractive index of diamond is pretty high at 2.4 and is also dispersive with a coefficient of 0.044. Due to this fact, diamond is an important application in optics. The use of SIM cards is mandatory in which among the following kind of mobile services? The correct answer is GSM. GSM phones are the ones that utilize SIM cards while some other phones do not. SIM cards are the small cards which contain the chip that must be inserted into GSM phones before they work. Without a SIM card, a GSM phone won't be able to tap into any mobile network. The card is what holds all of the critical information. Which elements are found mostly in lithosphere? Although oxygen, which makes up 46.6% of lithosphere, is the most abundant, among the options offered, silicon with 27.7% concentration and aluminium with 8.1% concentration are most abundant. Singhe Kebabs festival is celebrated in which among the following states of India? This festival was started in 2001 by Union government to promote Ladakh as tourist destination in the country, which is in Jammu and Kashmir. Since then, it is organized annually. It is celebrated to endorse the Indus River as a symbol of the communal harmony and unity of India. It also promotes cultural values and tourism in the region. On which among the following dates World Refugee Day is observed by the United Nations? Every year, June 20 is observed as World Refugee Day to raise awareness of the situation of refugees throughout the world. The observance of the day seeks to draw attention to the plight of refugees and also to celebrate their courage and resilience and renew commitment to solve refugee problems. Every year in January, India and Pakistan exchange their list of nuclear installations through their diplomatic missions under an agreement on prohibition of attacks against nuclear installation and facility. In which year was the agreement signed? The agreement was signed on December 31st, 1988, and it came into force in January 27, 1991. It says that two countries will inform each other of nuclear installations and facilities to be covered under the agreement on January 1st of every calendar year. Merlin Award is given for excellence in which among the following fields? The Merlin is to magicians what Oscar is to films. The association selects a handful of people worldwide each year to bestow this honor. Sadakat Ashram Memorial in Patna is dedicated to which former president of India? Sadakat Ashram is located in Patna, Bihar. It's almost 7 kilometers from the airport and on the banks of river Ganga. This was one of the residences of Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was the first president of India and lived there after retirement and spent his last days of his life there. For reforms in which among the following Hattock Commission was established? Led by Sir Philip Joseph Hattock, an educationalist and chemist, the Hattock Commission was appointed to survey the growth of education in British India. In 1929, the commission submitted its report. Fraser Commission was established for reforms in which among the following in 1902. In 1902-03, the commission was established for police reforms under Sir Andrew Fraser and Lord Curzon and got much success in the police intelligence system. Who among the following was Viceroy of India at the time of partition of Bengal in 1905? The decision to effect the partition of Bengal was announced on 19 July 1905 by the Viceroy of India, Lord Curzon. The partition took place on 16 October 1905 and separated the largely Muslim eastern areas from the largely Hindu western areas. At which among the following places the Muslim League was founded in 1906? In 1906 December, All India Muslim League was set up under the leadership of Aga Khan, Nawab Salimullah Khan and Nawab Mohsin ul Mulk at Dhaka. The League supported the partition of Bengal and opposed the Swadeshi movement. It demanded the special safeguards for its community and separate electorate of Muslims. Simuka was an Indian king and the founder of which among the dynasties? Simuka was the founder of Satvahana dynasty and he is believed to have destroyed the Shunga power. He did so with the aid of the Rathikas and Bhojakas. He reigned for around 23 years and was beheaded by his brother Kanha, who succeeded him. Who among the following was the founder of Rashtrakuta dynasty? In the mid of 8th century, Danti Durga, who was also one of the chieftain of ancient Rashtrakuta family, fought his way to the front and overthrew Kirtivarman II, thus bringing an end to the main branch of Chalukyas. This was the beginning of Rashtrakuta Empire in Deccan. Which among the following was the state emblem of Pandyas? According to legend, the goddess Minakshi was born as the daughter of a Pandya king. Her eyes had the shape of a fish and became the emblem of the Pandyas. Which among the following states of India is also known as Devbhumi? Uttarakhand is also known as the land of gods or Devbhumi because of the presence of a multitude of Hindu pilgrimage spots. You can find a temple in every 100-meter distance in Uttarakhand. Rajmala is an important source of history of which among the following states of India? The correct answer is Tripura. Rajmala is a chronicle of the kings of Tripura. Hello everyone. Welcome to Static GK quiz number 60. This video is aimed to help you with your central and state government job examinations. I'm Ritrisha from GKToday and I'll be taking you through this. In which among the following provinces of India the first signs of unrest during the Mutiny of 1857 appeared? Several months of increasing tensions coupled with various incidents preceded the actual rebellion. On 26 February 1857, the 19th Bengal Native Infantry Regiment became concerned that new cartridges they had been issued were wrapped in paper greased with cow and pig fat, which had to be opened by mouth, thus affecting their religious sensibilities. Thereon, the mutiny first started in Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. Nana Saheb led the revolutionaries of 1857 from which among the following places? The correct answer is Kanpur. Nana Saheb was an Indian Peshwa of Maratha Empire, an aristocrat and fighter who led the rebellion in Kanpur during the 1857 uprising. As the adopted son of the exiled Maratha Peshwa Bajirao II, Nana Saheb believed that he was entitled to a pension from the English East India Company, which the company refused, leading to his rebellion. Diwan Mani Ram Datta was a leader of revolutionaries of 1857 in which among the following regions? Mani Ram Datta Barua, popularly known as Mani Ram Diwan, was an Assamese nobleman in British India. He was one of the first people to establish tea gardens in Assam. A loyal ally of the British East India Company in his early years, he was later hanged by the British for conspiring against them during the 1857 uprising. The name of Baba Ram Singh is associated with which among the following movements? The correct answer is Kuka movement. The Kuka movement marked the first major reaction of the people in the Punjab region to the new political order initiated by the British after 1849. The Namdhari movement, of which the Kuka movement was the most important phase, aimed at overthrowing the British rule. Who among the following established Tattvabodhini Sabha? The correct answer is Debendranath Tagore. Before Debendranath joined the Brahmo Samaj, he had organized a Tattvaranjani Sabha at Calcutta. The same Sabha was later known as Tattvabodhini Sabha. The objective of Tattvabodhini Sabha was to encourage religious inquiries and disseminate the essence of Upanishads. In which among the following territories Marco Polo had travelled in the last decade of 13th century in India? Marco Polo was an Italian traveller who landed in the Pandya Empire at Kayal in 13th century and impressed by the wealth and magnificence of the king, prince as well as the people, tagged it as the richest kingdom in existence. Which among the following empire was known as Mulk-e-Khadim? The correct answer is Maratha Kingdom. The Maratha Empire or the Maratha Confederacy was an Indian power that dominated much of Indian subcontinent in the 17th and 18th century. The empire formally existed from 1674 with the coronation of Chhatrapati Shivaji and ended in 1818 with the defeat of Peshwa Bajirao II. Who among the following is said to be the pioneer of guerrilla warfare in the Deccan region? The correct answer is Malik Ambar. Ambar was a man of undaunted heroism, indefatigable energy, and uncommon perseverance. He was a general of rare genius who remodeled the militia on a sound basis best suited to the hilly regions of his adopted country. The guerrilla tactics, so well organized by him with the Maratha bands, highly strengthened his position, and at times the Mughals showed their bankruptcy in dealing with him. Who among the following established the Dal Khalsa? Dal Khalsa is a Sikh organization based in the city of Amritsar. The organization was formed in 1978 by Kapoor Singh and came to prominence under the inspiration and time of Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale in 1981. The famous painting Bani Thani is from which among the following styles of paintings? Bani Thani refers to an Indian miniature painting painted by Nihal Chand from the Marwar school of Kishangarh. It portrays a woman who is elegant and graceful. The painting subject, Bani Thani, was a singer and poet in Kishangarh in the time of King Sawan Singh. She has been compared to the Mona Lisa. In which state is the Buxa Tiger Reserve located? The Buxa Tiger Reserve is located inside the Buxa National Park in Alipurduar district of West Bengal. It covers an area of 760 square kilometers. It is home to tiger, civet, elephant, gaur or Indian bison, Indian boar, red jungle fowl, etc. The endangered species found in the reserve are Indian tiger, Asian elephant, leopard cat, Bengal florican, regal python, Chinese pangolin, hispid hare, etc. Which among the following Mahajanpada was situated on the banks of the river Godavari? Mahajanapada Asaka, located on the banks of river Godavari, is the correct answer. Its capital was Potali or Potana or Podana, which now lies in the Nandura Tehsil, Baldana district in the Indian state of Maharashtra, and it was the only Mahajanpada situated to the south of the Vindhya range and was in Dakshinpath. At which among the following places the famous bull seal of Indus Valley civilization was found? The correct answer is Mohenjo-daro. The majestic zebu bull with its heavy dewlap and white curving horns is perhaps the most impressive motif found on the Indus seals. Ripening of fruits is because of which among the following plant hormones? The correct answer is ethylene. Apples and pears are example of fruit that produce ethylene with ripening. Ethylene or ethylene is responsible for the changes in texture, softening, color and other processes involved in ripening. The philosophy of Nyaya Darshan has been ascribed to which among the following? So the correct answer is Gautam. The beginning of Nyaya Darshan can be traced back to the writings of Aksapada Gautam, who wrote the Nyaya Sutras. Gautam founded the Nyaya school, which was closely affiliated to the Vaisheshika or atomism school of Hindu philosophy. In which province did the Muslim League form their first government after 1946 elections? The correct answer is Bengal. So the interim government of India formed on 2nd September 1946 from the newly elected Constituent Assemblies of India had the task of assisting the transition of British India to independence. It remained in place until 15th August 1947, the date of the independence and partition of India and the creation of Pakistan. Which among the following is the most abundant type of coal? The correct answer being bituminous. Bituminous coal or black coal is a relatively soft coal containing a tar-like substance called bitumen or asphalt. It is of higher quality than lignite coal but of poorer quality than anthracite. In India, mostly bituminous coal is present in regions of West Bengal, Jharkhand and Orissa. Calamine is an ore of which among the following? The correct answer is zinc. Calamine is a historic name for ore of zinc. It usually is either zinc silicate or zinc carbonate. Who among the following from India functions as the ex-officio governor on the board of governance of the International Monetary Fund? India is a founding member of the International Monetary Fund. Finance Minister is the ex-officio governor on the board of governors of the IMF and governor. RBI is India's alternate governor. So the finance minister is the primary governor and the governor of RBI is the alternate governor in case the finance minister is unable to perform this duty. India is represented at the IMF by an executive director who also represents three other countries, that Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Bhutan. Which among the following metal has the highest electrical conductivity as well as the highest thermal conductivity? The correct answer is silver. Silver has the highest electrical conductivity of all metals. In fact, silver defines conductivity. All other metals are compared against it. On a scale of 0 to 100, silver ranks 100 with copper at 97 and gold at 76. Speed of sound is maximum in which among the following? Answer is solid. The speed of sound decreases when we go from solid to gaseous state. Which among the following gas is abundant in the atmosphere of Mars? The correct answer is carbon dioxide. The Curiosity rover sent by NASA, which landed on Mars on August 6, 2012 with the aim to explore the red planet, has confirmed that its air is made mostly of carbon dioxide with hints of other gases. The plant hormone auxin is basically a weak organic acid. Auxins are a class of plant hormones with some morphogens like characteristics. These are usually growth regulators. Auxins have a cardinal role in coordination of many growth and behavioral processes in plants' life cycle and are essential for plant body development. Which compound of mercury is used as antiseptic? Mercury chloride is corrosive to mucous membrane and hence used as a topical antiseptic and disinfectant. It is an odorless white crystalline solid. The easily noticed smell of the LPG gas is because of which of the following? The correct answer is ethanethiol. So ethanethiol, commonly known as ethyl mercaptan, is a clear liquid with a distinct odor. It is toxic and it occurs naturally as a minor component of petroleum and is added to otherwise odorless gaseous products such as liquefied petroleum gas or LPG to help warn of gas leaks. Who among the following is considered to be the father of antiseptic surgery? Sir Joseph Lister was a British surgeon and the pioneer of antiseptic surgery. He promoted the idea of sterile surgery while working at the Glasgow Royal Infirmary. Listerine, which is a popular antiseptic brand, is named after him. Hydraulic brakes work on which principle? The correct answer is Pascal's principle. In 1647, the French scientist Blaise Pascal discovered that water exerts the same pressure in all directions. This statement is known as Pascal's principle. This law states that increase in pressure at a point in the enclosed liquid in equilibrium is transmitted equally in all directions in liquid and to the walls of the container. The working of hydraulic lift, hydraulic press and hydraulic brakes are based on Pascal's law. Blood plasma with which among the following removed is called serum? The correct answer is fibrinogen. Plasma is 55% of the blood by volume and constitutes 8% of the body weight. Plasma is a pale yellow transparent clear fluid which consists of 90 to 92% water and 8 to 10% organic and inorganic substances. Organic substances are mainly plasma proteins, that is albumin, globulin, prothrombin and fibrinogen. Albumins are responsible for maintenance of osmotic pressure of blood. Globulins are chief sites for formation of antibodies, while prothrombin and fibrinogen are essential for clotting of blood. What is the escape velocity at Moon? So escape velocity is the minimum speed needed for a free object to escape from the gravitational influence of a massive body. The escape velocity from Earth is about 11.186 km per second at the surface. For the Moon, it's 2.38 km per second when at the Moon in relation to the Moon's gravity and 1.38 km per second with relation to the Earth's gravity. When was the Indian calendar adopted officially? The national calendar of India is based on the Saka era, with Chaitra being its first month. It consists of 365 days in normal year. It was adopted from 22nd March 1957 along with the Gregorian calendar for the official purposes. Which act was introduced by British government to address the shortcomings of the East India Company? Pitt's India Act 1784 or the East India Company Act 1784 was passed in the British Parliament to rectify the defects of the Regulating Act of 1773. It resulted in dual control or joint government in India by the Crown in Great Britain and the British East India Company, with the Crown having ultimate authority. Who founded the Banaras Hindu University, the largest residential central university in Asia, located in Varanasi? In 1915, under Lord Hardinge, BHU Act was passed by which Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya established the Banaras Hindu University. The idea of this university was mooted as early as 1904. Which is the range that rises in eastern Gujarat state near the Arabian Sea coast, running east through Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh to Chhattisgarh? The correct answer is Satpura Range. The Satpura Range parallels the Vindhya Range to the north, and these two east-west ranges divide Indian subcontinent into the Indo-Gangetic Plain of northern India and the Deccan Plateau of the south. Satpura rises in eastern Gujarat state near the Arabian Sea coast, running east through the border of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh to the east till Chhattisgarh. The Narmada River originates from the northeastern end of Satpura and runs in the depression between the Satpura and Vindhya ranges. The Tapti River originates from eastern central part of Satpura, crosses the range in the center and further runs at the southern slopes of the range towards west, meeting the Arabian Sea at Surat. Which is the most important aluminium ore? The correct answer is bauxite. The total reserves of bauxite in India are estimated at about 2,500 million tons. This is about 1% of the world's total reserves. The Indian reserves of bauxite are the fifth largest in the world after Guinea, Australia, Brazil and Vietnam. More than half of India's bauxite reserves are in Orissa and Andhra Pradesh states. Goiter is also known as bronchocele. Goiter is a swelling in the neck resulting from an enlarged thyroid gland. It is associated with a thyroid that is not functioning properly. Worldwide, over 90% of these cases are caused by iodine deficiency. A civilization, mature period 2600 to 1900 BCE, which was centered mostly in the western part of the Indian subcontinent is Indus Valley Civilization. The Indus Valley Civilization or Harappan Civilization was a Bronze Age civilization mainly in the northwestern region of the Indian subcontinent. Along with ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, it is one of the three early cradles of civilizations of the Old World and of the three the most widespread. Where is NATO headquarters? The North Atlantic Treaty Organization or NATO is an intergovernmental military alliance between 29 North American and European countries. The organization implements the North Atlantic Treaty that was signed on 4th April 1949. It is headquartered at Brussels. Who is the father of botany? Botany is the study of plants and Theophrastus, who was active between 370 to 287 BCE, is known as the father of botany. Brahma Sutra of Badrayana are the logical points of starting of which of the following philosophies? The Brahma Sutras is a Sanskrit text attributed to Badrayana, estimated to have been completed in its surviving form sometime between 450 BCE and 200 CE. The text systemizes and summarizes the philosophical and spiritual ideas in the Upanishads. It is one of the foundational texts of Vedanta school of Hindu philosophy. Gopatha Brahman is part of which of the following Vedas? The Gopatha Brahman is the only Brahmana, a genre of prose text describing the Vedic rituals associated with Atharva Veda. This text and the short Brahmanas of the Samaveda are the latest among the Vedic texts belonging to this genre. Which among the following philosophy deals with logic? The correct answer is Nyaya. Nyaya literally means rules, method or judgment. It is also the name of one of the six orthodox or astic schools of Hinduism. This school's most significant contribution to Indian philosophy was systematic development of the theory of logic, methodology and its treatises on epistemology. Which river was called Vipasa in Vedic India? The correct answer is Bias. The Bias River is a river in North India. The river rises in the Himalayas in central Himachal Pradesh, India and flows for some 470 kilometers to the Satluj River in the Indian state of Punjab. Its total length is 470 kilometers and its drainage basin is 20,303 square kilometers large. Flemish are the tribal inhabitants of which of the following countries? The correct answer is Belgium. Flemish, also known as Flemish Dutch, Belgian Dutch or Southern Dutch, is a lower Franconian or Dutch dialect as well. It is spoken in the whole northern region of Belgium as well as French Flanders and the Dutch Zeelandic Flanders by approximately 6.5 million people. Mannerheim line separates which of the following two neighbors? The Mannerheim line was a defensive fortification line on the Karelian Isthmus built by Finland against the Soviet Union. During the Winter War, it became known as the Mannerheim Line after Field Marshal Baron Carl Gustav Emil Mannerheim. The line was constructed in two phases, 1920 to 1924, and then 1932 to 1939. In case of a tie in the parliament, who among the following enjoys the right to cast the deciding vote? This is also known as the casting vote, and the speaker has the right. In an extraordinary case where the votes are tied, for example, if 100 members are voting and there are 50 ayes or yes and 50 noes, speaker or the chairman gets the chance to vote, and this deciding vote is called casting vote. The writ of habeas corpus can be issued in which of the following event? The correct answer is to seek relief from the unlawful detention of a person. Habeas corpus literally means to have the body of. With this writ, the court can cause any person who has been detained or imprisoned to be physically brought before the court. The court then examines the reason of his detention, and if there is no legal justification of the detention, they can be set free. Which among the following lies in the core of communism? Though the term communism can refer to specific political parties, at its core, communism is an ideology of economic equality through the elimination of private property. Galvanizing is a metallurgical process that is used to coat steel or iron with which of the following? The correct answer is zinc. Galvanization is a method of protecting steel and iron from rusting by coating them with a thin layer of zinc. Muazzama was the title of which among the following Mughal emperors? The correct answer is Bahadur Shah Zafar. He was the last Mughal emperor and the second son of his father Akbar II, who was also his predecessor. He was a nominal emperor as the Mughal Empire existed in only name and his authority was limited only to the city of Delhi or Shahjahanabad. Following his involvement in the Indian Rebellion of 1857, the British exiled him to Rangoon in British-controlled Burma after convicting him of conspiracy charges. After the death of Aurangzeb, which of the following Mughals abolished jizya tax for the first time? So jizya was a tax imposed on non-Muslims during the Mughal era, and the one who abolished it after the death of Aurangzeb was Jahandar Shah. He was a Mughal emperor who ruled for a brief period between 1712 and 1713. Initially, jizya was abolished by the third Mughal emperor Akbar in 1564, but Aurangzeb, the sixth emperor, reintroduced and levied jizya on non-Muslims in 1679. Jizya was finally abolished by Jahandar Shah, who was the successor to Bahadur Shah I in 1712 during the later Mughal period. Who among the following are known as kingmakers in Indian history? The Saheb brothers are known as kingmakers in history. The Saheb brothers refer to Syed Abdullah Khan and Syed Hasan Ali Khan Barha, who were powerful in the Mughal Empire during the early 18th century. The Syed brothers became highly influential in the Mughal court after Aurangzeb's death and became kingmakers during the anarchy that followed the death of the emperor in 1707. Which among the following places the modern armory was established by Hyder Ali? The correct answer is Dindigul. Dindigul Fort or Dindigul Malai Kottai is a 17th century hill fort built by Madurai Nayak, situated in the town of Dindigul in the state of Tamil Nadu in India. The fort was built by Madurai Nayak, king of Muthu Krishnappa Nayak in 1605. In the 18th century, the fort passed on to the kingdom of Mysore. During the reign of Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan, the fort was of strategic importance. Nadir Shah attacked India at the time of which among the following later Mughals? The correct answer is Muhammad Shah. Muhammad Shah Rangila was able to keep the throne for around 29 years, partially because of the first thing he did was to eliminate the Said brothers, the kingmakers who took control after Aurangzeb's death. During his time, Nadir Shah attacked and looted Delhi and took the peacock throne with himself. The invasion of Nadir Shah fastened the disintegration of the Mughal Empire. During his time, the states of Hyderabad, Bengal, Awadh were established as independent kingdoms. Who among the following laid the foundation of Shalimar and Nishant Garden in Kashmir? Okay, so the correct answer is Jahangir. Shalimar Bagh in present-day Srinagar was built by him for his wife Noor Jahan in 1619. The Bagh is considered the high point of Mughal horticulture. Nishant Bagh was in fact designed by Asif Khan, who was elder brother to Noor Jahan, and it was built in 1633. Who among the following is considered to be the teacher of Amir Khusro? And the correct answer is Nizamuddin Aulia. Nizamuddin Aulia was a famous Sufi saint. During rule of Akbar, he had settled down in Delhi. He was highly respected by the people. Beside his grave in Delhi, a big mosque has been built. Which among the following sects was founded by Saint Tukaram? The correct answer is a Varkari sect. Varkari, which means pilgrim, is a sampradaya or religious movement within the Bhakti spiritual tradition of Vaishnavism, which is a part of Hinduism, and it is geographically associated with the Indian state of Maharashtra. Saints and gurus of the Bhakti movement associated with the Varkaris include Janeshwar, Namdev, Chokhamela, Eknath, and of course Tukaram, and they are all accorded the title of saint or sant. Who among the following composed Ananga? The correct answer is Gyaneshwar. Who among the following was the immediate successor of Guru Nanak? The correct answer is Guru Angad, who was actually chosen over Guru Nanak's own sons. Guru Angad served between 31st March 1504 and 29 March 1552. He was the second of the 10 Sikh Gurus, and before his death, Guru Angad, following the example set by Guru Nanak, nominated Guru Amar Das as his successor, who became then the third Guru of Sikhs. That's all for today's video. Until the next one, goodbye.